What a ridiculous game that was. The Sixers fall short to the Boston Celtics behind a masterful game from Patrick Beverly, DeAnthony Melton, and Paul Reed. Patrick Beverly ties a career high from 7 years ago. Robert Covington was a defensive menace. Jayson Tatum got himself ejected by being an emotional baby and kicking Robert Covington, who was hounding him the whole night. Celtics fans should be embarrassed that the game was this close, and they should also admit that Derek White is their best player. Game went down to the wire, but unfortunately, Tobias Harris turned into what everyone knew he was all along. We'll also talk about why nobody wants Zach LaVine.
Run it back, Philly. No frauds, no fanboys, no intros.
Hey, what is going on? Welcome to Run It Back Philly. I am DJ Eastwood. If you're new here, please do subscribe to the channel. It helps out the channel greatly. Give us a like on the video. Subscribe. I already said subscribe. Turn your notification bell on. Let's get right down to business. Before we talk about that ridiculous Sixers game and break down everything and talk about how much of a fraud Tobias Harris was last night, let's get into the Zach LaVine situation for a second. There is not a trade market for Zach LaVine right now, per Woj ESPN. The Bulls are currently surveying the trade market for Zach LaVine, and not a single team is interested. LaVine's massive contract and inconsistent production play a huge role. I think for both LaVine and the Bulls to get a trade, he needs to start playing well. Look, at the end of the day, nobody wants to pay a guy $50 million a year who can't lead a team anywhere. And Sixers fans, if you're looking to trade Tobias Harris for Zach LaVine, you're just trading Tobias Harris for another Tobias Harris and not getting rid of the contract. You're just taking on another contract for another Tobias Harris. The Philadelphia 76ers went into Boston without Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey, as both of them came down with an illness. Jaden Springer is still out with an illness, and we're still missing Kelly Oubre, who got hit by a car a couple of weeks ago. Boston Celtics were playing without Kristaps Porzingis, but had everybody else on the roster, including their superstar and their $300 million sidekick. This game had every right in the world to be a blowout. But the Sixers fought, clawed, scrapped, and put up a fight and stuck with it all the way till the end, ultimately falling short 125-119. Patrick Beverly tied a career high from 7 years ago with 26 points. Part of the motivation might have come from this fan who showed up to the arena wearing one of every Patrick Beverly jerseys that he's ever had from every team. Well, I don't think he had a Sixers one on. He's got a I Love Pat Bev t-shirt under there. But Sixers fans can be happy about the performance in this game, the resiliency, the tenacity, and the dog that the Sixers players showed. Celtics fans should absolutely be upset with how the Celtics looked in this game, especially Jayson Tatum, who had 7 turnovers and got himself ejected. Not to mention their $300 million sidekick who put up one entire field goal attempt in the fourth quarter of a close game. As a Sixers fan, already beating the Boston Celtics once at full strength and then seeing how they performed in this game against Patrick Beverly, Robert Covington, and Paul Reed, I'm a little bit less worried about the Boston Celtics this season. And I think DJ Eastwood said during the summer that he wasn't scared of the Boston Celtics because they traded away some of their best players. You see, Jayson Tatum had 7 turnovers in this game. 6 of them were basically from Robert Covington getting his hand on every single pass that Jayson Tatum tried to make or dribble move. At this point in the game, he was clearly frustrated. Here comes Robert Covington, strips the ball again, and Jayson Tatum just decides, you know what, I'm just going to flail my arms, punch him in the face, and kick him in the nuts. Big stare down at the referee here because I'm Jayson Tatum. You guys are supposed to roll out the red carpet for me and give me every call that I want. How dare you allow another player to steal the ball from me consistently? The referees were so annoyed with Jayson Tatum and over his BS, they decided to throw him out of the game. 1, 2. Yo, watch your mouth, dog. Don't talk to me like that. Man, I'm Jayson Tatum. These guys don't know who I am? Come on, bro. I don't know if Paul Pierce is mad about the Jayson Tatum thing or the fact that they stopped serving drinks at the end of the third quarter and there's 1 second left. Man, I missed last call for this. Now we're just going to break down the fourth quarter and talk about exactly how the Sixers ended up losing this game after fighting and fighting and fighting. And just a disclaimer for any of the Tobias Harris standboys who are left. Yes, they do exist. It is shocking. But any of you that are still here, there is a lot of Tobias Harris slander in the rest of this video. Viewer discretion is advised. So once Jayson Tatum was out of here, the game continued. The Sixers continued to fight. Here's a rebound from KJ Martin. Kicks it up to DeAnthony Melton. You all know how we feel about DeAnthony Melton's layup package. Does he make the layup? No, he doesn't. But there's Mo Bamba for the putback. The Celtics were playing so bad, they let Mo Bamba have a highlight. Covington gets caught sleeping right here. Leaves Peyton Pritchard wide open for the shot. You can't leave him wide open, so Money had hardly even moved the net. Now Peyton Pritchard's feeling himself, and he just decides, you know what, I'm just going to take a heat check from the Garden logo. The Sixers kept clawing and fighting, man, and every single time it looked like the Boston Celtics were about to blow this thing wide open, they just hit another big shot to bring it back. Here's 104-101. Patrick Beverly around the screen kicks it back to Robert Covington, and that is money. Process legend Rocco. 104-104, need a big bucket. Who are we going to rely on? Is it Tobias Harris? Is Tobias Harris going to step up and earn that contract? Is he going to go strong right here against Al Horford, use his body, maybe draw contact, maybe get a foul? No, he's going to go for a little sidestep, weak hook shot thing, and off the back of the rim, that is just a Tobias Harris shot of all Tobias Harris shots. I think this is the most impressive thing that Tobias Harris did all night here. Right here, Robert Covington. Oh, another steal right into the hands of DeAnthony Melton. Now he's going to run the floor. He's going to throw the lead pass to Tobias Harris, and anytime you see somebody throw a lead pass to Tobias Harris, you know something bad's going to happen. Nothing good is going to happen, right? So Tobias catches the ball, takes a power dribble, tries to reverse dunk, and Al Horford says, you know what? I received your friend request, and I deleted it. Get that shit out of here. Smack. Tobias gets his own rebound. Now he says, I'm here in the middle of the paint with 5 Boston Celtics players around me. What should I do? I just got rejected. I mean, shoot or shoot, right? Should I try again? If you do this with a girl, she's going to charge you with harassment. But he tries again. And yeah. All right, Sixers actually have to lead here. You're going to see Al Horford drive baseline on Paul Reed here. You see Robert Covington up there in the corner guarding Drew Holiday. You see Tobias Harris guarding Jaylen Brown. You're going to see Al Horford drive baseline. You see Robert Covington slide over to try to help. It's Tobias Harris's job to then rotate into the corner on Drew Holiday. He doesn't do that. Al Horford hits Drew Holiday. More wide open than Ben Simmons. Yeah, he made the shot. Well, I just gave up a 3 to put Boston back up by 1 point, so I should definitely take the game into my own hands here and come up with a big bucket to make up for it, right, Tobias Harris? No, fade away, shank off the side of the rim. After Covington lost the ball here, Derek White's going to drive down the floor. Now Paul Reed's on him. Paul Reed doesn't get in front of him. Paul Reed kind of stays beside him, and then Paul Reed just decides, like, I guess I'm just going to let him do a very simple layup here. Paul Reed has improved so much as an offensive player this offseason under Nick Nurse. And right here, he's going to hit Al Horford with a little turnaround. I don't know what you really call this. I mean, it's just Paul Reed. He's his own person. He's his own style. I guess that's a turnaround fade. It was more like a shot put, but you know, you just gotta love anytime you get some post footwork fadeaway from Paul Reed. You just gotta love it, man. Out the mud. Now, DeAnthony Melton was a large part of this game, dropping 21 points and hit some big shot after big shot after big shot. But good God, why can't you make a layup, dude? 113-108. Are the Celtics going to pull away with it? Are they going to? We need a bucket. We need something big here. And we turn to Patrick Beverly, who was the star of the show, and he's going to hit you with the free throw line floater. 113-110. Need a bucket. Need a bucket. Need a bucket. Tobias Harris, $180 million man. The player that's supposed to step up when Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey are not on the floor. At least that's what people keep saying. I don't know why people still expect that, because he hasn't done it for 5 years. He hasn't done it at all. What does he do? He does a little, double dribble. Oh, my goodness. Tobias Harris, my God. A big steal right here for Tobias, okay. And he's going to run the fast break. Now, Tobias Harris on a fast break in between two defenders. Is something good going to happen? No, dude. Why would something good ever happen? He airballs a layup. Now, I do want to say, after Tobias Harris got called for that double dribble, Nick Nurse called a timeout. They went to the bench, and Tobias Harris did not have another play drawn up for him the rest of the game. Just wanted to point that out. 113-110. Patrick Beverly says, okay, if you can't do it, I'm going to do it. Step back three for the dog, Patrick Beverly. Bang, bang. Did he shush him while the ball was in the air? Did he shush the back of Luke Cornett's head while the ball was in the air? Patrick Beverly, you savage. 113-113. Jaylen Brown, one dribble pull-up mid-range. 115-113. Patrick Beverly, little pick and pop here. 115-113. Need a bucket, need a bucket. Marcus Morris, hesitation on Derek White. Drives by, little mid-range. Beautiful. 115-115. The Sixers won't go away. Sixers up one after some Patrick Beverly free throws. And Al Horford gets Robert Covington one-on-one in the paint. Mouse in the house. Easy turnaround Now, 117, 116, Jaylen Brown one-on-one with Patrick Beverly. And let us remind you what he did to Patrick Beverly earlier in the game before I show you this play. Couldn't find the video. This is the best I could do, but this was called a foul on Pat Bev, even after review, which I cannot understand. And then Patrick Beverly was assessed a technical foul. So Jaylen Brown says, all right, so I punched you in the nuts earlier and got free throws for that. 1 point game. Maybe I can elbow you in the head and get free throws for that. I thought I called an offensive foul right here, but they did not. Jaylen Brown elbowed Patrick Beverly in the back of the head right there and went to the free throw line for it. Yeah, you tell me, man. After that Jaylen Brown elbow to the head, Robert Covington was called for a charge, and then Patrick Beverly had to foul Drew Holiday. So that elbow to the head essentially ended the game. But just for good measure, 125 to 119, Tobias Harris at the free throw line, and he missed one, and he had to intentionally miss the second one. But, you know, why not end the game with 2 Tobias Harris missed free throws? So that did end the game, but Tobias Harris had an explanation afterwards. I definitely thought we were in there to get the win. A couple mistakes, turnovers, myself included, so that hurt us. Those are possessions we get to value, got to be better at. I'm speaking on myself in those moments out there. So obviously a learning experience for us, but at the same time, definitely some positives we can take from it. A learning experience? We got to be better? Bro, you're 30 years old. You've been in the league for 8 years. What is the learning experience you're talking about? That's all I got, man. Thanks for watching this breakdown. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.